chances are good that Singapore Airlines, SIA, and its long-running, nearly legendary Singapore Girl immediately spring to mind when you think of one of the greatest brands from Asia. SIA has continuously ranked among the most lucrative airlines in the world and has a history of setting trends and upending the status quo in its sector. This is true for a number of valid reasons. The majority is directly related to the effective brand management, which is primarily led by the SIA boardroom and senior management, and the strong brand equity as a result of a committed, professional brand strategy implemented across an international, diversified organization. Since the beginning, the Singapore Airlines name has been crucial for the airline. It acts as one of the top Asian brand examples for both existing brands and up-and-coming ones. In contrast to many other Asian businesses, the boardroom of Singapore Airlines takes devoted leadership of the brand strategy, making it a distinctive brand. Singapore Airlines' ranking of 28th on the 2020 list of Fortune's world's most admired companies serves as an example of such leadership. It was the top-ranked Asian firm and the sole Southeast Asian brand. Additionally, it received the Best Airline and Best Frequent Flyer Program awards at the 2019 Business Traveler Asia Pacific Awards in September 2019. TripAdvisor has repeatedly named it the best airline in the world in 2018 and 2019. The award for the best first-class airline in the world goes to Singapore Airlines, which also takes home the prizes for Best First-Class Airline Seat and Best First-Class Onboard Catering. The award for the Best First-Class Airline Lounge goes to Swiss International Airlines Zurich Lounge. 6 suites are located in the front cabin of the upper deck of Singapore Airlines' new first-class A380s, as opposed to the 12 suites that were formerly located on the lower deck of the aircrafts. Each suite includes a separate full-flat bed with an adjustable recline and a comfortable, swiveling leather chair, allowing guests to relax in either place without having to change the bed from a sitting position. The mattresses in the first 2 suites of each aisle can be made into a double bed for couples traveling together. Each suite also includes a full-sized personal wardrobe, a feature wall with mood lighting, a 32-inch Full HD monitor, a specifically designed carpet, and other superbly constructed amenities to add a sense of luxury and coziness. Brief timeline for the Singapore Airlines brand. On May 1, 1947, Malayan Airways Limited (MAL) launched its first flight from Singapore's Kuala Airport to Kuala Lumpur, Ipoh, and Penang. The airline changed its name from MAL to Malaysia Singapore Airlines (MSA) in 1967 when the governments of Malaysia and Singapore jointly purchased a controlling stake in the business in 1966. The storied sarong kebaya uniform for MSA stewardesses was established in 1968 by French fashion designer Pierre Balmain. It was built with traditional Asian batik design and intended to promote Malayan culture and hospitality. The governments of Singapore and Malaysia agreed to establish separate airlines due to differences in operating priorities and perspective. The Singapore Girl emblem was developed following the breakup of MSA into Singapore Airlines (SIA) and Malaysian Airline System (MAS) in October 1972. In contrast to the majority of other airlines at the time, Singapore Airlines was in a unique situation. It had to start competing with international airlines right away for routes, access to airports, flight slots, and landing rights because there were no domestic routes to serve. In addition, it had to draw on locals who needed to travel abroad as well as international travelers, as opposed to most other carriers who initially catered to the needs of their domestic travel market. The code SQ was chosen to stand for the superior quality of service that the corporation sought to provide when it sought to distinguish itself as the greatest airline among rivaling titans. Singapore Airlines, unlike other state-owned companies, faced fierce rivalry right away. This challenging beginning sparked a competitive culture and a commitment to branding, notably in the boardroom. As this brand case will show, these factors have continued to be dominant inside the SIA organization since that time and have greatly benefited the airline. The newly constructed Changi Airport, which debuted in 1981, welcomed Singapore Airlines. In 1995, it introduced KrisWorld, a cutting-edge in-flight entertainment system, to all classes. In 2007, it became the first airline in the world to fly the Airbus A380, the largest aircraft in the world and the one destined to replace the Boeing 747, one of the most storied aircraft in contemporary aviation. Singapore Airlines now offers flights to more than 130 cities. SIA Engineering Company, Silk Air, Singapore Airlines regional airline founded in 1989, Scoot, Singapore Airlines low-cost carrier founded in 2011, and Tradewinds Tours and Travel are among the subsidiaries of Singapore Airlines, tour operating arm of Singapore Airlines and Silk Air. Under the International Airline Alliances and the Star Alliance network, it also has codeshare, strategic alliance, and joint venture partners. In 2018, Singapore Airlines introduced Microsworld, the first individualized in-flight entertainment system available in all classes. Temasek Holdings, a state-owned investment company in Singapore, owns 56% of Singapore Airlines. December 2, 2022, a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, was signed by Thai Airways International Public Company Limited and Singapore Airlines, SIA, to establish a new strategic alliance. Due to this, the airlines will gradually code-share more of each other's services and explore wider commercial partnership, giving their consumers more options and value in addition to larger advantages and a better travel experience. THAI and SIA will first use each other's code on flights between Singapore and Bangkok. By the first quarter of 2023, subject to regulatory approval, THAI will also code share on SIA's flight services to Cape Town and Johannesburg in South Africa, Houston, Los Angeles, New York, John F. Kennedy International Airport and Newark Liberty International Airport, San Francisco, and Seattle in the United States, as well as Vancouver in Canada. To promote improved air connectivity to Thailand and Singapore as well as places in Europe, India, and the Southwest Pacific routes, additional codeshare agreements to points in both airlines' networks will be investigated. SIA and THAI have had a good connection for many years, which we want to expand through this comprehensive agreement, stated Mr. Goh Chun Fong, Chief Executive Officer of Singapore Airlines. Both airlines operate widely throughout Southeast Asia and the rest of the world and enjoy a solid customer base. The expansion of our respective hubs and the improvement of the alternatives and service offered for our clients are both benefits of this opportunity. The acting CEO of THAI, Mr. Suvadana Subunrawang, stated, "THAI and Singapore Airlines have a long-standing connection, and I am pleased that our collaboration will undoubtedly meet the demand of travelers between Thailand and Singapore and beyond. Additionally, it will make it possible for THAI to extend its network to more service points in the Southwest Pacific, Europe, India, South Africa, and the United States, in a number of service categories, such as the frequent flyer program, customer experiences, lounge access, and airport ground services. The code-share agreements will be extremely advantageous to our passengers. As Star Alliance members, the collaboration boosts the networks of both airlines, contributing to society. Singapore Airlines' sustainable business model. Sustainability in business is currently a popular issue and is quickly becoming a hygiene aspect that must be met by organizations that wish to connect with and earn the loyalty of their global customers. Singapore Airlines is aware of this, as seen by the many environmental initiatives it has undertaken. To assess every area of its operations and coordinate long-term sustainability measures throughout SIA's business groups, it established a dedicated sustainability office in December 2019. Singapore Airlines has joined the International Air Transport Association (IATA) in its pledge to reduce industry emissions in 3 stages: a 1.5% annual increase in fuel efficiency from 2009 to 2020, carbon-neutral expansion beginning in 2020, and a 50% absolute reduction in carbon emissions by 2050. It supports IATA's 4-pillar strategy, which combines technological, operational, infrastructural, and economic initiatives to combat climate change. This includes, among other things, efforts to reduce weight, innovative aircraft designs, the use of contemporary materials, and more effective flight procedures. Singapore Airlines is a company that prioritizes environmental sustainability. It was one of the first airlines in the world to use the Airbus A380, one of the greenest planes available. Additionally, it has placed definite orders for the lighter, more fuel-efficient Airbus A350-900, Boeing 787-10, and Boeing 777-9 aircraft. It also employs renewable energy in its operations and solar panels on its structures to cut down on energy use. SIA uses consumer surveys, data analytics, and employee input to better understand client meal preferences in order to reduce food waste. It supplied digital publications from the SIA mobile apps e-library and digitalized in-flight procedures in order to reduce the use of paper. Singapore Airlines also contributes to society in a number of other ways, such as through supporting organizations and projects in the fields of the arts, education, and sports. And that concludes our video for today. We sincerely hope you learned a lot. Check back soon to see more jaw-dropping videos.